Okay, first off, happy 4th to everyone in the U.S. that is celebrating Independence Day today. I just got home this afternoon, so this is why it's going to go up probably, hopefully by 9 p.m. I hope to have this edited by 9 p.m. Thankfully, this is a fairly straightforward episode. Not a lot happens. Obviously, we get the brand new um, Don Purple Ranger. But other than that, it's basically just a training episode where where in the end, none of them get a hit, but an old lady gets a hit on Don Red. So, but it's basically again it's 90% training, and it starts out with the main core of the team except for Black talking to Momotaro in the cafe, saying, "Hey, like, we don't like the Sixth Ranger here. We don't want him on the team. We don't consider him a Don brother. Blah blah blah." And then Don Red's like, "Well, it's not your decision to make." Walks out, and then we get to presumably later that night, I guess. Maybe whatever. It's nighttime shot, so it's probably later that night. We get the Sixth Ranger in the cafe says, "Hey, I'm more than a comrade. I want to be treated more than a comrade here, especially around you, because I think I deserve it." And he's like, "Okay, well, if you can land a hit on me, I'll consider you a comrade." So that's what starts the training. Is basically you get one hit on Don Red, and you're more than a comrade. You're getting better, I guess, in a sense, because obviously that's what ends up happening with the rest of them. Obviously, Black is not a part of this episode. Well, he is in one shot where the evil White Ranger is like, "Well, I can take you to Natsumi. I can find her right now. I can get you her, because you won the little bet they had about saving the guy that was trying to suicide last episode, and they paid it off, I guess, kind of." Not really, because he turned down the offer, and says, "I'm gonna go find her my way," and he's like, "Well, I'll go through hell for her." So that's all he's in. It's just one little shot here. So again, and then it's back to they each take turns trying to hit Don Red, steal his ramen. I don't know why that counts, but stealing his ramen counts, I guess. And yeah, it's just they're going around, and then the evil Blue Ranger meets up and says, "Hey, I want to showdown with you too." He's like, "Okay, well, I'm going to showdown with him. I'll be in a showdown with you too." But he says, I'm working right now," and so the evil Blue Ranger's like, "Okay, well, I'll help you with your work." Okay. So they go around helping people, and then that's when the sword, which the sword shows up at the very beginning, and I didn't really touch on it because it goes from the Cerebrian, I believe is what it's called, Cerebrian world to the human world, lands in side alley, and then we don't see the sword. The sword comes alive and has a person in it, presumably a female, because it's a female voice, so that's why it's presumably a female. Pops out of the sword somehow, so I guess she's trapped in the sword, I guess. That's the best way I'm gonna. That's the best way to say it. We'll probably find out more about this later on. But pops out of the sword, fights. All the Don brothers. Only the Sixth Ranger and Don Red stand a chance. Yeah, because the rest of them just get hit once, and then are sidelined. Then they're just watching while they fight in those little, the little mini Mechazords. Or mini Zords, I guess you could say, because they grow to it's like 2 inches tall, 5 inches tall, whatever. Fight underwater. Purple turns into a shark. Sixth Ranger turns into the dragon again. And then Don Red slash him up, and then they get back into the humans' forms. Fight for literally like one more second, and then the voice, which is called Mother, tells the Don Purple that, "Hey, you gotta retreat," and then. And that's basically how the episode ends. And again, it ends with the old woman getting hit right on the head, a back of the head, with a cane on Don Red. So presumably she won the challenge. I guess. So we're only 5 minutes into this, so this is a very straightforward episode. Again, it was a lot of training where they basically just follow him around his route and just, they don't hit him. They do squats, jumping jacks, push-ups, sit-ups, just stuff like that. Like it was like 1,000 jump ropes. You had to do jump rope 1,000 times, stuff like that. 100 sit-ups for 2 of them, where they had not alternate, but took turns doing that. And yeah, again, it's just, yeah. So, 5.5 in. I don't want to call it a filler episode, but nothing really happened. Again, introduce a new character we know nothing about. She's going to pop up for presumably one fight with the Six Ranger next episode. We might get a Kaito fight again, which I think the last one was disappointing in my opinion. I did not... I mean, they have not built him up. And we're going to get a Ghost. Supposedly by the trailer, she's dead. And her boyfriend's alive, but her boyfriend might be dead. I don't know. There's something weird here that, we're getting a Ghost story for the next episode. So, I'm going to wrap up. For now, like the video, share the video around, subscribe. I'm out of here. Peace.